My motto has always been do more and talk less. Do more and talk less. There's a lot of people out there with all these dreams and aspirations that they have to be great in their lives. But a lot of people, they dream. They dream for their entire life. They never go out there and do the things that they want to do because they just don't have the knowledge. They just don't know where to start. And my name is Shiketa D Days. I am the owner and CEO of Derrick Danzel Days, the second corporation, which was founded in love and memory of our son who was shot and killed at 10 months old. And I always tell people that I didn't just wake up and decided to start a business. It was just something tragic happened in my life. And I felt like life just owed me everything. It was just like a light bulb that went off. And I was like, life just can't be only this. I felt like I deserved more than losing my son at 10 months old to gun violence, and that there was a purpose for everything that had occurred at that moment. And I was just getting started on my journey, and I was seeking what was my purpose in this lifetime. And what we do in our organization is we specialize in business consulting services. We help other nonprofits start their nonprofits. And we also teach business owners and people how to manage and build their finances. Because we came from a background, most of us came from a background that wasn't business savvy. We came from a background that wasn't financial educatable, right? We wasn't educated about the things that we know now. And I always tell people, because I joke around and I say, hey, if I knew what I know today, I would probably be a millionaire before I even reached my teenage years. And I just found that sometimes it's just the lack of knowledge in our Black communities, the lack of knowing where to put our money, the lack of knowing how to plan and save our money. Because me even being in the career that I am in, because full time I am a police dispatcher for 911, and being there working in that position for over 16 years, I've come to learn that there was so much that I didn't know about financial literacy, because I felt like I wasted so many years in my career for 16 years. And that was wasted time and wasted money, because I could have been investing my money into a stock, investing my money into a mutual fund. These are things that we don't grow up learning. We're just taught to survive, basically. We're taught to survive. We're taught to, we have money right now. We need to pay our bills. We need to spend it right now. We weren't taught how to manage our money, how to take maybe $20 or $100 and put that money aside and put that into a business or put that into a investment, so that in the future, when we have things that come up that we need to take care of, like, emergencies that we may have that come about, we might have a death in the family. And these are just things that we don't think about. You just never think that any of these things can happen in your life. And that was just like a wake up call for me, to see my son, at this innocent 10-month-old, right? Innocent 10-month-old, shot and killed. And something I would have never thought would have happened to me. You understand what I'm saying? So you can't never get complacent to where you are and complacent in your life that you may not ever need the services. You may not ever need to prepare. And the biggest thing is that in our communities, we don't value life insurance. We don't value life insurance. And a lot of times these new age generation, even the old age, because we weren't taught that we needed those things. I just didn't really see the need to have life insurance until I lost my son. And the great thing about it was that I had that support system that was behind me. I had that support system So that support system at my job, because I had started a okay career at that time, and I had built up that friendship in that community. There was people that had grown to know me, they grown to love me. And because of that, they were able to raise those funds for me. They were able to support me in that situation. But how many people are not in that situation where they have someone that will actually help them do those things? That actually have those connections where people are even build that rapport with people that are going to help you, fund something that might happen in your life. And I was just blessed at that moment, because I was so young at the time, to have built that part of my life, for that moment, because not knowing what was going to happen, what was going to soon happen. So I'm teaching people that may not have been in my situation to receive, to be prepared, because you might be in a family where your family, nobody has the money. They're not wealthy. They're just surviving. You may be the only one. You may be the breadwinner in your family. You may be the go-to person in your family. So where does the go-to person in your family go when they need something? You might be that person that can't go to anybody. So you have to be prepared yourself. You have to act like there's no one else around you. There's no one that you can lean on. There's no one that you can go to. What are you going to do in these situations that come about? You have to have that emergency fund. You have to have that life insurance set. Why? Because you don't have the money if anything happened. If anything was to happen to you, you were to die, you were to get sick, what would your children, what would you leave behind for your family? What would you leave behind for your children? So life insurance serves as an emergency fund at the time that if anything happens, you have that revenue that you need. You have that collateral that you need to take care of those expenses, those unexpected expenses that may come about. That's why life insurance was created. So a lot of people, they don't know that you should have that in your early years of your life, because in your early years of your life, that's when you are swamped with bills. You're swamped with expenses for school, college, whatever it may be. That's why you need to have that emergency fund set in place. But by the time that you are done and you're retired, when you get to that end road, you've already laid the foundation. Now you have the money saved up. You've invested your money. You've put away your life insurance policy, your fund. So now you have all these assets that you've planted and you've built. Now you can take those assets and you can live your life. Because when you reach a certain age, if you reach like 50 or 60 years of age, at that moment, I feel like that's the time of your life where you should just be living your life, not worrying about paying bills and worrying about if I'm going to make it tomorrow, worrying about if I'm going to have any food on my table. At that moment, that should be your golden years where you're living it up. You're out, you're traveling, you're doing the things that you want to do with passion. You're doing things that you want to do without fear, because you know you got it. There's no fear in place. There's no fear because you have set that foundation for yourself and your family. Now you can live free. Now you don't have to worry about, okay, where's my income going to come from? I'm 50, I'm 60 years old and I can't afford my house. I can't afford to retire. We can't afford to be in those situations. That's why we have to start now teaching the younger generation how to manage their money, how to plan properly for their future, how to cherish their credit as well, because those are problems that we have now as adults, because we just didn't cherish those things in our life. We didn't know that credit was going to be a big part of how you were able to live your life. I don't care how much money you may have, credit is still a factor. People look at credit as a factor. People judge you on credit. And I was sitting there having a conversation with a young lady, and I was telling her, when you're out here looking for homes or you're looking for places to stay, and these people, they're holding you to high standards, right? Because they want you to be on a certain level so that they can trust you, that you're able to take care of this expense in your life. But what I found, that a lot of people that are holding you accountable for these high standards, they're not even in that category. They haven't even held their self to be accountable. They haven't even held their self to be accountable in those high standards. So me, like, I've always been that person to be reasonable with people, because I can look at my own situation. I can look at my own life, my own personal experiences, and I can say, hey, how can I hold this person accountable to be, accountable with these high expectations? And I'm not even there myself. So we have to be like reasonable, when we're out there marketing to other people, because we got to think about our own lives and the struggles that we have. So how can we help these people come up out of their struggles that they're having as well? And on top of that, help ourselves. But you have to be reasonable. You have to put yourself in their shoes and in their situation, because we all have problems. So be willing to compromise with someone. Be willing to give them a chance. Take a step back. Look at your own experiences, where you came from, how long it took you to be in the position that you're in. And when you're holding a person to high standards, you want them to have high credit. You want them to have a certain amount of money to live in your place. You have to look at your own life and make sure that you are a mirror of what you're trying to dish out or what you're trying to receive. You have to be a mirror of what you're trying to put out. And basically, I call myself the business technician, because I look at people, businesses, and we see what we can do to help them grow their businesses. Because a lot of people, they have a business, but they just have a business, but there's no movement occurring in their business. So that's where we step in and we look at their business and see what they may need to get their business going. We also do a lot of charitable work. We do a lot of event planning. We do a lot of collaborating with other organizations. And that's just a big thing. I feel that you can't do anything on your own. We all have to come together as one, see how we can help each other, build each other up, but basically not, taking away from ourselves as well. But everybody is benefiting from the situation. And that's the way that I see it. So I help people with their nonprofits, their business startups, their digital marketing, whatever they may need for their business. That's what people come to me for. If they need to collaborate with me, if they want me to, take a look at something or attend their community event, I'm there. I just feel like support is a big thing in the community, not just the African American community, but support is a big factor for everyone, because you have to learn that you can't grow your business on your own. You can't reach everybody on your own. And that's the reason why you have to get out there and network and connect with other people so that you can reach those goals that you want to reach. You also have to lead by example. So basically, our organization, like I said, was founded in love and memory of our son that was shot at 10 months old. Derrick Danzel Days, the second corporation. And we're a nonprofit. We do a lot of charitable events. We go in the community. We help people. We donate. We do all those things. But we also specialize in business consultant services, financial services, digital marketing services, and coaching services. And coaching services can range from book writing programs. It can range from just seeing where you need to start to get your business going. If you need a website for your business, if you need flyers for your business, if you just need us to manage your social for your business, you need marketing services for your business, that's what we offer in our community. So our organization is like a resource hub for those that are looking for something in some way to have to grow the revenue in their own business. And I tell people, Revenue can come from everywhere. You just have to be open to where you can reach out and get those services. So again, my name is Shiketa D Days, Miami, Florida, Derrick Danzel Days II Corporation. I'm the CEO and owner, and I look forward to working with anyone that may need the help. I look forward to connecting with those individuals and just making an impact and keep doing what we're doing to grow and make our community strong.